what is a constructor? Constructor is a special method used to initialize an object, right? Is a special method used to initialize an object. It is called automatically when the object is created, right? So here if you see, when we are creating this object, so one default constructor will be there. It will call automatically. So if it must have same name as the class, right? If we are using the class car, so here we will be having the same name, car constructor, right? This is the method basically having the same name as the class. It has no return type, correct? So this is what a constructor. Now there are types of constructor. What are the types? Default, that is provided by Java if no constructor is defined, like in the previous example. Here we have not defined any constructor, right? So one default constructor will be assigned, right? After that, no constructor, no argument constructor. So a constructor with no parameters, like this, right? Here we are not passing any parameter. So this is a no argument constructor. Parameterized. Now here if we pass what? Let's say some variables, some arguments, string, and then this is what? This is a parameterized constructor. So takes parameter to initialize object fields. We will check out the example afterwards. Okay. The next is copy constructor. Now Java does not have a inbuilt copy constructor like C++, right? But you can define your own copy constructor manually. In C++ there is a built-in copy constructor, but in Java it doesn't have. But we can create our own copy constructor manually. So let's take the example of parameterized constructor, right? So as we know, parameters will be there. So this is the class student. We are having the properties, the fields, that is name, age. In the main function, what we are doing? We are creating first object, right? We are creating the object of student S1 and passing the name as Karan, age is 21, right? If you see here, we are having the fields, and in the constructor we are having the parameters name and age, right? So when we create this object, it will automatically call this constructor, right? And this we are using this keyword, this dot name equal to name. What is this? Now this refers to the current object, that is this one, right? So this dot age equal to age, right? So S1 will have the properties name as what? Karan, and age, that is 21, right? So this refers to the current object, that is S1. Got it? After that, when we create this S2, then again it will call this constructor, right? Now this dot name equal to name. What is the name? Arjun. Name is Arjun, right? So this refers to the current object, that is S2, and age will be 21. Got it? Now afterwards we are calling this function s1.print. We are printing the name and the age. s2.print, we are printing the name and the age. Understood? So it's clear for everyone, right? Parameterized constructor and no argument constructor as well, right? You are creating object without creating, then Java will not give. Correct. We need to create it like this, or let's create it here. This one we need to change. Now it's worked. So it was taking this class as the main. So it worked, right? So what we are doing, we are creating one parameterized and one no argument constructor. Clear for everyone now? So basically we are checking this no argument no argument constructor and this parameterized, right? In the parameterized we are passing this parameters, name and the age. So if you see in the main function, we are having two objects. One is without parameter, so it will call this no argument constructor, right? And it will print this value, that is name, and age is 12. So we are getting this value. After that we are having this second object that is with the values, that is parameters, right? So Arjun and 22. So it will call this parameterized and we will print this name and the age, correct? So that's what we are getting, Arjun 22. Okay, I think it's clear for everyone now. So now parameterized and the no argument constructor is done. Okay, now what is this keyword? It refers to the current object. As I have mentioned, when we are creating the object of S1, this refers to the S1, right? And when we are creating object S2, this will refer to the S2, that is the current object. So helps distinguish between the instance variable, parameters, same name, correct? So why use constructor? Automatically initialize data, avoid writing repetitive set methods, cleaner code while creating object with the values. Okay, so this keyword is clear for all. Now what is copy constructor? This is a constructor that creates a new object by copying the fields of an existing object, right? So basically we will be copying the fields of the existing object to create a new object. Okay, this will be the syntax. We are having the class name, okay, and in the parameter we will be passing the second class name object, okay, other. So this will be the syntax of the copy constructor. See, in the parameter, as a parameter we are passing the object of the second class, got it? Now in Java, unlike C++, we can use the cloning via clone method. This is not feasible. Basically we can use the manual copy. We will be using this, right? We will be using manual copy constructor, and there are some other object serialization factory methods in frameworks, right? So let's see the example of this manual copy constructor. Okay, so let's see the main function first. We are having the main class, we are having the main function, then we are creating one object, that is parameterized object, right? We are creating the object of new student Karan and 21, right? It will call this parameterized constructor, got it? Now for this S1 we are having name Karan, age 21, right? Using this parameterized constructor. Now the next is S2. What we are doing here? We are passing S1 as a parameter, right? S1 is first object, and we are passing this as a parameter, right? So this is what copy constructor. Now here is the copy constructor code. We are having the constructor, and as a parameter we are passing the second, or we can say first constructor, that is S1, right? We have passed S1. We got S1 here. Now what is the value of this dot name? We are passing what? Other dot name. Other is what? This passed constructor, right? The object, that is other dot name. So other dot name is this one only, right? So we got Karan. What about age? We are passing other dot age. Other is what? S2 only, right? We have passed S1, sorry. So it will be 21. So at the end we will get same values. So it's easy, right? Basically what we are doing, we are passing first object as parameter and second object, right? And here in the code we are just assigning the value of this object, other dot name, other dot age. Great, it's clear for everyone now. See, we got the same output. This is for S1, this is for S2. Now here comes shallow versus deep copy. So what is shallow? Shallow is copy object reference only, right? Here what we are doing, we are just copying the reference, right? Other dot name, this is what we are just copying the reference of the first object. Other dot age, we are just copying the reference of the first object. So this is shallow. This is shallow. Got it? Now what is deep? Create a new copy of the object and all its inner objects. New copy. Now this is the example of shallow, right? We are simply copying the reference, that is other dot name. Now here we are using the deep copy. What we are doing, we are creating the new copy, that is new address. It will be new object, the reference, right? And we are passing the city. Got it? The other address dot city. So it will create a new copy, right? Understood? So what is shallow? Shallow is copy the object reference only. So if you see here what we are doing, we are just copying the object reference, that is other dot name. This is other is the object and we are copying the name reference, right? Here other dot age, we are copying the object reference. This is shallow. Got it? Now in the deep we will create a new copy of the object, right? So this is the example of new copy, that is deep. We are creating the object, new address, and we are passing the city. So here if you see, we are having this address class, we are having the constructor, where we are having the city. Got it? This is the example of deep copy. Easy, right? So these are the example of shallow and the deep. Let's see this example also. So in the main function what we are having, we are creating the object of this address. In the address class what we are having, we are having the city, right? In the address class we are having city, right? So first what we did, we created the object addr, right? With what value? With Delhi. Okay, so city will be Delhi for this object, right? Great. We created the object ADR, we passed the value Delhi, we got the value of city as Delhi. Now what's next? Now there are class person. In person what we are having? We are having the name of the person, the address of the person, right? So if you see, we are creating P1. What we are passing? We are using the parameterized constructor and we are passing name as Karan, right? And address as ADR, the first object, right? As ADDR. Now here we will get the address. Great. So address will be of address type, it will be ADDR, and thus the city was Delhi. Understood till now? Now P1 is done. Now we will come to P2. What is P2? P2 equal to new person P1. Here comes copy. We are passing the address of P1 in P2. This is copy constructor. This one, right? That is shallow copy. What we are doing here? We have the address of the first object, that is other, right? Name is other. What we are doing? We are just copying the reference of the other, right? Other dot name, other dot address. So in this, name will be Karan, address will be the same as P1, that is ADR, which is having the city as Delhi. Got it? In the address class what we are having? The property as city. So in the ADR we are having city as Delhi. So we got P1, we got P2. Now what we are doing? Now here comes this thing. See, in this line what we are doing? In this line, P2 dot address dot city equal to Mumbai, right? P2 dot address dot city, right? This address was ADDR. So we are changing the city of this ADDR object, right? What we are changing? We are changing from Delhi to Mumbai, right? Of this object, correct? So this will modify the P1 also, because P1 is using the same address, same object. So we are changing the city of this ADDR, correct? In P2 we are using the ADDR object, and we are changing here, we are changing the city of that object. So in the P1 we are using the same object, so the changes will reflect in the P1 also. And now if you print this P1 dot address dot city, it will print Mumbai, and same changes will reflect in P1 and P2 both. But if you used this deep copy in the P2, then if you change the P2 address, it will not reflect in the P1, because both the address are different. Now constructor is completed, done.